Hello, welcome to the HolmFront, where we keep everything objectively subjective. So I'm Tyler, your host. Welcome to the HolmFront. To my right, as always, is Mitch, my overly artistic friend, who has way more merit in this realm than I do. If you look below in my channel notes or in any notes of any video, you'll see his channel. Mitch, it's just Mitch Kopitch, I believe, right? He talks about video games on a regular basis. This is the first.
If by regular you mean like once every year-ish, then yes.
Well, it's more like twice. He had a couple. Anyway, video games much more his realm. However, this is not a realm that I wanted to avoid. So today I felt like was a good time to delve into that because recently something dropped. What was that? You told me.
Is that trailer for a remake of Halo Combat Evolved, which is a game that you and I both adore.
It is.
This is one that you can actually talk about because you are very familiar with that original game.
I am true. Yeah, it was one of the things that actually connected us was Halo.
Yeah.
So let's watch the trailer. We're
Okay.
both big fans of Halo 2 Remastered, so I'm interested if this is going to be
Yes.
just as good. Great timing. I think it's fantastic. Like, I'm down to play this for sure as a remaster. So let's watch it.
Yeah, it's already been remastered, so this is just a bona fide remake from the ground up, I guess. With
Oh,
that
man.
fancy water.
This already looks fantastic. Wow. I like that it's not hyper realistic. It's still super.
It's just enough.
Kind of deep religious significance. They call it Halo.
Okay, so they
believe that Halo is some
they
kind
kept
of
the same
weapon.
voice performances.
I think they redid them.
Oh, they
but it's
did?
the same actors.
It sounds like her from the first game.
It is her, but I don't think I think she re-recorded her
Wow.
lines and everything.
Okay. Oh man. Whew.
Charlie.
I love the quality on Bowhammer's voice.
Wow, this looks great. Look how brightly colored that is. That's so great. Heck yeah.
Gotta get the stickies. They would, of
Oh.
course, use the silent cartographer as a way to hype it up.
Oh yeah. Of course they did.
The most beloved mission in Halo.
That was awesome.
The
Oh,
Covenant is
yeah.
like a real fight. The cartographer must be
Okay, they better have made the Magnum just as powerful as it was in the first game.
You screw up the Magnum. That's the
You screwed up the game.
Give them hell, Chief.
Hell yeah.
that crisp Marty O'Donnell.
Oh. All right.
So what'd you think?
I'm stoked. That's cool. That's cool. Because you think, so this is a remake.
Yeah.
So I assume that they're actually upping all the controls and stuff. Like you probably can run now.
Yeah, they added sprint and stuff like
Okay,
that. Much
sick.
to the dismay of many people.
I'm glad that they're doing it. If you want no sprint, just go play the first one.
Hmm.
Like, just you'll have both, and then you can choose.
Yeah, I'm not
He's
one
a
of those.
Spartan. Let him run. Like,
I think the thing about it is there's an elegant way to do it, and then there's the lazy slap it on way to do it.
yeah.
The elegant way is that when he runs, because here's the thing: in the original Halo, he's always running.
Yes.
There's no walking
Yeah.
speed unless you're just inching with the analog. But as soon
Right.
as you push it forward, he's like running forward and shooting because he's a Spartan. He can do that. He can run and shoot at the same time,
Right.
even though most human beings can't. But in this, like, if they just had the gun like pivot like this and then run and then it instantly pops up and then you can shoot, I would have very little issue with it because
Sure.
the whole thing is that it interrupts. It has this weird like delay, the stop go stop go stop go.
You're talking
thing.
about the original game does?
No, sprinting does.
Oh, sprint. Yes.
So
okay.
in the original game, none of that happens because the gun is always pointed forward, so you just shoot and you're just moving.
The spray everywhere. Just
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think you can turn it on or off though. I think there's an option to disable it. So if you don't want it there, you just get rid of it. But again, it's the kind of like just smooth it into it so that and like up his walking speed. Like
Yeah.
you could do that. So that way it feels like you are running and then you
Well,
don't need to sprint.
Because when you get to Halo 4 or 5, whatever it is, you actually feel like you're playing Spartan. Like there's so much you can do.
Yeah.
You just feel more than human.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be cool to actually give Chief that in the first game. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I imagine too, this is probably gonna be like what they did with Halo 2, where you can hit that button and it just reverses back to the original graphics.
I don't know
at
if they're
least.
doing that with
Really?
this one.
Okay.
Because, well, for one, they already did that, and for two, I think it's just too much to have the other game running in the background. Is I think
Too resource heavy.
Well, it's not that it would require resources, but like they can't use that material and have that happening in the background.
Okay.
The thing with Halo 2 and why that works so well is that Halo 2 is a very darkly lit game.
Yeah.
So when they dressed it up, a lot of the visuals, like you could kind of do whatever you wanted because you can't really see for crap.
So you can just add whatever detail you felt was necessary. You're just like,
you can't really
sure.
make it out that
It
well
wasn't
anyways.
not there, but it wasn't there either. So
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good. I think all things considered, everything looks great. Though the one thing I did see people talking about is that some of the AI of the elites and stuff looked a little dumb. But I'm sure that's something that they just kind of.
But this was a
polish
beta
up.
trailer.
Yeah.
They-
Well, no. They showed a full length thing that I was watching where it's like the first like 10, 15 minutes of the mission or whatever.
But it's still in
So,
progress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still working on it. I mean, it hasn't come out yet, so we've got to give it time.
Sure.
A little more time to cook in the oven, you know.
So let me take a second here, and I'll just introduce like what my interaction with Halo was. So when I met you, I still try and figure this out to this day. I was either 14 or 15, whatever that was. Because I can't remember. Whatever, it was high school. We'll just call it that. It was high school.
It was high school. Yeah, just.
And
high
you
school.
were playing Halo 3 when I
Yeah.
first went to your house.
Oh, okay.
And you had it on your dad's like big old plasma screen in the main room.
Oh, okay.
I remember coming in and was like, is that Halo? I was not allowed to play Halo. Anything with an
Oh.
M, I barely got to play video games as it was. My mom was real strict about.
I remember that. It was very annoying to me too.
It was horrible. I remember getting a PS2 and Battlefront, and like the first day on Christmas when I got it all, I was like, play all day. But after that, I was limited to at least 15 minutes a day. So it was like real,
That's so limited.
real time. It was like, man, I
Sheesh.
could barely finish anything. So if I turn the volume way down, I could like sit there and play as long as she didn't know what I was doing. If she didn't check on me, I could keep it going. But the minute, like if she remembered 15 minutes later, I was done. I had to be done. So when I went to your place, or if I was at a friend's house in general, like we could play video games all day long. That
Right.
was fine. So you were in the middle of Halo 3, and I was like, man, that's awesome. And you're like, oh yeah, it's great. Let me finish this, and we're gonna start at the beginning.
Mhm.
I was like, okay. So you're like, you got to some point, you saved it or whatever, and you're like, all right, we're gonna start with Combat Evolved. So we started with Halo 1.
This sounds like something I like.
You were
I don't
very-
remember doing this, but as you're describing it, I'm like, yeah, that checks. I would have
It's
done that.
extremely systematic. So we start playing.
I shove you back in the first one.
Yeah, you're like, no, we can't start here. This is this.
Right, over in the story.
Yeah, ruin it. Just terrible. You won't understand anything. So we jump in Combat Evolved. We're playing. We get to the level with the flood, and you're like, we gotta stop. I was like, what do you mean we got? I'm having fun. We got.
That's I remember.
You're like, no, we're done. I was like, what do you mean? You're like, we can't play this right now. It's bright daylight. He's like, we gotta wait until it's dark. We gotta turn all the lights off. We're gonna make this as atmospheric as possible. Like this, you have to understand the terror of the flood, or you're not gonna enjoy this. So we waited. We turned it off. We went and did something else, and I couldn't think about anything. I was like, well, there's nothing else I want to do at the moment. Let's go kill some flood. You're like, nah, not yet. Finally, sun goes down. We shut all the blinds, turn off all the lights, and you're like, I remember if you like told your mom, like, hey, make sure nothing gets turned on in here. But like, we're in the zone. We're playing on the plasma, playing on the big screen in the dark for the flood. That was terrifying. I remember it's just like, can't see crap in that game,
Yeah.
especially on that level. And I didn't know that it was straight zombies that are chasing you down at double the speed as you can run. It was great. And I was just hell bent on keeping that stupid shotgun in my hands. So nothing else mattered. I was like, even if I die a million times, I will go back and I will have the shotgun to fight zombies. This is it. But it was a great experience because then we moved on and, Halo 2 and 3 subsequently. And then later on, we got all the other things. But that was my Halo 1 experience. And Mitch was very adamant about making sure that my experience was the correct one. So now being able to see this as a remake come back, we're gonna have to repeat the experience. But I don't know if couch co-op will be supported.
At the risk of sounding like I don't know about couch co-op either, to be honest.
Yeah.
At the risk of sounding totally just in defense of myself, when you have kids, will you have a systemic way of introducing them to
Oh,
like
of
Star Wars
course.
and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's certain things that are sacred in life.
Absolutely.
Right.
I actually felt bad. I was meaning, so I have this friend, and I would watch movies with her and her husband, and her husband's seen more than she has, but she's very uncultured.
Yeah.
She had not seen Lord of the Rings, so I introduced her to Lord of the Rings appropriately. By the way, I did the extended versions, and we started with Lord of the Rings, not the
Well done.
Hobbit, not the Hobbit. But there was this whole bunch of drama that happened, and anyway, afterwards she texts me and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna start watching Star Wars. What do I do?" I was like, I'm not there, and I know her well enough. I was like, look, this is sacrilege, what I'm about to say right now, but because I know you, and because I know that I'm not there to help you get through A New Hope, you have to start at Phantom Menace, because you're not gonna get it.
Okay.
And also, she's gonna connect better with something newer.
Okay.
I was like, she's gonna lose interest if she starts with New Hope.
Okay.
I was like,
At the risk of it was either she hates Star Wars forever,
or
or
get her
she can
interest.
start with
Yep.
the. Okay, I see what you had to do there.
So I was like,
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I wept about it, but I was like, look, and I explained it to her. I was like, this is sacrilegious what I'm about to say to you right now. No true Star Wars fan would ever recommend you do this, but because I know you, and because I know the journey that you're about to go on, we got to start with Phantom Menace. And then she texted me later, and she was like, I didn't know that this kid was going to have to be separated from his mom. I bawled my eyes out. And I was like, you haven't gotten to anything yet. There's nothing. But okay. I didn't know you were going to connect that heavily with Phantom Menace, but okay.
But you knew she would connect with that movie anyways. So,
The pacing is faster, and
Okay.
and it's a little bit more accessible visually.
yeah.
It's going to be harder with a classic film unless she has someone there that knows it and connects with it and is able to walk her through it.
Well, and Sword and Sorcery is very niche.
It is. So it's accessible for sure, but I knew that it would work better this way if I wasn't there to hold her hand, essentially. That was a weird way to say it, but like to walk with her. So
Yeah.
So yes, there is a way to do things. There's also a way if you know someone. I was appreciative enough that you walked me through Halo the right way.
You're welcome.
And I've told this story to multiple people, and every time I say that you said we paused the game and we gotta wait till nighttime, everyone I've told like 5 people this story, maybe more, and they're all like, "Nice, you did it, you did it right." It's cracking me up. It's like, all right, so everybody agrees that this is the method.
There's a consensus
There
over
is.
how this level is to be experienced.
Yep.
If it doesn't have split screen, what we'll have to do is just set up 2 TVs and 2 Xboxes and
Or 2 PCs, whatever.
or whatever. Yeah.
Just bring it over. We'll make
Yeah.
sure we're in the same room.
I'll just play it on my handheld or something.
Sure.
on Steam Deck and just do that.
Got to do a classic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome. Halo for the win. Yeah, this was a fundamental part of our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Fundamental part of gaming. I know it changed first-person shooters fundamentally.
Yeah. It
Is it-
legitimized them on the console space for sure. It gave
Right.
Xbox a brand. I was talking with one of the guys in the Oscarina group, the award show I run, and he just went through. He's younger. He's like 18, something like that. And he went through Combat Evolved, and he was like, "This game's pretty mid." And I was like,
You don't understand, bro.
You didn't get it.
You don't understand.
You missed it completely. And
Because
he's like,
of-
what's the big deal? And I
Yeah.
went through like all of this. I was like, without Halo, there would be no Xbox. Like an entire huge brand of gaming just evaporates instantly.
Yep. Yeah, this is the reason the gaming's where it's at.
Even Call of Duty, like because everything fell in line after Halo in terms of console markets. It's you get 2 guns, that's it, and you have to make it work with that. Because before that, it would be like Doom, where you have tons and you just
Right.
cycle through. And on a keyboard and mouse, that's not so bad. But in a controller, it's like click, 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 click. It takes forever. You can't just select, number 5. That's the gun I want.
Didn't this also revolutionize the button format of first-person shooting as well?
Yeah.
Like this is the
That's
first
what I
one that
mean,
used
yeah.
what it was? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and like the dual analog stick for
Right.
like the aiming and everything. Yeah, all of that came together with Combat Evolved. and it became like the de facto way to design your first-person shooter. If you didn't play Halo, then it's like you were behind. You don't know what you were doing, you know. And then now it's kind of been taken over by Call of Duty, and more recently, Doom has come back on the scene and sort of reclaimed its throne in many ways.
Battlefield kind of came back too, but
yeah, especially in terms of multiplayer.
Right.
But Halo has been in this rocky space for a number of years because they keep exchanging writers. I swear that's the biggest problem. They keep swapping writers in and out. Stop doing that. Pick someone who actually cares about Halo and have them write it, and write like a 3-part series, trilogy, something. And use a team or just someone, just like figure it out. Like get someone who can appreciate the lore and everything and put it together that way. And then you can focus on like the mechanics and stuff. And for mechanics and gameplay things, just take a look at the community. They're very vocal about what they do and don't like in Halo.
Yes, they are.
It's not hard to figure it out, like what the major consensus points are.
I think they should just base the next game off of the show.
Sure.
So, because they have a couple.
Did you even watch that?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
not.
I'm so afraid of it. That's the
Absolutely
one
not.
show I think I genuinely will never even try. I'm like, ugh, this looks terrible.
Well, I did watch the first like 15, 20 minutes of the first episode.
Okay.
And one of the first things Chief does is rip off his helmet. I was like,
yeah, I heard about that. I was like,
you guys
we're
understand
done.
that this is like the key to Master Chief, right? The whole reason that he doesn't take off his helmet is to maintain the illusion that you are the Master Chief.
Yeah.
So not only to put him in a show kind of is dicey. It's a tough thing to do. But then to immediately take it off is like every Halo fan's going to be upset about this.
Right.
That's just going to be what everyone focuses on. Doesn't matter if the show's good or not.
Right.
The show's not good. But that is the thing that they're all going to hyper focus on, and you're going to ruin yourself.
Yeah, because the other thing is that like once the lore got expanded with the Fall of Reach, the novel, then that one like explained like how the Spartans are like these kids who have been, they basically had their humanity stripped away from them so that they can be these super soldiers. So if you've removed their identity, then you are just a machine, just a, killing machine. And so you would have no face to go with that. And Halo 4, for all the faults that it has, that one was the one that actually kind of explored that topic.
Incredibly
which is pretty
compellingly
interesting.
so, by the way.
Yeah, like Halo 4 actually has some strong merits within its story. And then Halo 5 is like a big fumble. It's just like, oh, what do I do with this ball?
Well, Halo 4 also fumbled quite a bit, too.
In some respects,
they were trying to do a contrast that didn't work out, but everything that had to do with Halsey and everything to do with the origins of the Spartans was all compelling.
Yeah,
because it was John's backstory and like what brought them to be and why they were justified despite their moral questions, I guess.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, it's great to see it come back. I'd really love to see another good Halo game in the future. Halo Wars seems like it had some good writing. But it was also kind of loosely connected. It was RPS or RTS,
yeah,
and it wasn't first-person shooter, so it's kind of deviating a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we played 4, and then we played 5.
Yeah,
and I don't think either one of us has touched Infinite, right?
Not yet. Yeah, I mean, I think Halo 5 just did so much damage.
Yeah,
is the problem. So
well,
it's been hard to resuscitate the interest, which is probably what they've cataloged, which is why they're like, well, all right, let's do.
Bring it back.
Remake. Yeah, go back to the thing that everybody liked.
Which I don't like that in principle. I'd like the forward motion. I really dislike this like reviving. Because there's only so much you can do. I mean, Disney is the prime example right there. They just keep reviving things. It's like, do something new. Do something interesting. I mean, if you're incapable of that, then maybe you don't deserve to be making this stuff. But I think this one, Halo Combat Evolved, has not had that kind of remake yet.
Yeah.
And I think it's about time. But at the same time, I think it does rejuvenate the Halo franchise a little bit, and hopefully they take it in a right direction. I'm interested in playing Infinite, by the way. I don't know if it's good or not. We were both waiting for the couch co-op aspect because they said it was going to be a part of the game. And then I think they finally dropped it. They're like, we can't make it work or something. They made an announcement where it was.
I remember 5 had that problem, and then Halo Infinite, I think couch co-op was going to be added later.
Right, and then they never did.
Well, I know they never did for 5. I don't know if they did for Infinite. They might have.
I'll look it up.
Did they just...
No, I remember someone saying, it was.
Really?
They had made an announcement. It's not going to work out.
I could have sworn that was just Infinite.
Hopefully,
I could have sworn that was just 5.
Potentially after that announcement was made, they reneged on it. I imagine enough people were upset. I was upset about it. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the one thing I was looking forward to, you guys. What's
Right.
Halo without couch co-op?
I know.
Like, this is Halo. This is what we did. Everybody would bring over the consoles, and it was, I don't know. Anyway, so now that, needless to say, I'm excited.
I am too.
This looks fun.
Yeah, I think this is a good kind of like return to form if they can nail it. I still just feel like they should go back with my idea. They should just hire me to do branding for Halo. I would be great
Branding
at it.
or writing?
Branding. I mean, I can also write for it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, Halo is not a particularly difficult world to write in, but there are important things you must do correctly. And if you don't do them, you're in trouble.
Sure.
And like the big one is mystery. If you don't establish that sense of mystery, then it's gone and you've just lost everybody.
Sure.
And it seems like, oh, well, like it's just a shooty bang bang game. It's like, yeah, but the mystery is what intrigues you in the background as you play.
Yeah.
It's always there. So like if you remove that, or if you don't understand that that needs to be compelling us forward, then it's like a soft but very important power.
Well, you put a simple character like John, who's just an order follower. He's just that ultimate soldier. Put him in something where he understands he's in the midst of something bigger than himself, and he's just supposed to get the mission done. And that's how they branded it. I mean, some of the trailers were like, "We got to get the mission done. We got to get it. Got to get it finished. We got to get completed.
Mm-hmm.
Finish the mission or whatever." Who's that famous? What is that? Halo 3, I think it was. Finish the fight. Yeah. He's just in it because he's a great warrior.
Mm-hmm.
But he understands that there's stuff going on around him that he doesn't fully understand. But he's not there to like understand it. He's just there to finish the mission.
Yeah.
And so that was what was great, because they give you enough to make you understand that something bigger is going on around you, even though you're this character that's just getting X done, Y done, Z done.
Well, that's what makes Halo 2 in particular so powerful.
Right.
Because
you
you
use
get
another
to see,
character, contrast it.
Yeah, you get to see the political, religious corruption within the Covenant ranks. And as that all unravels, the Chief is completely unaware of all of that, but it doesn't matter. He's just protecting humanity.
Right.
So then it kind of brings in interesting context to contrast with the human forces.
Yeah, it brought depth with the Arbiter.
Yeah.
And then, you get their friendship, which was... That game is so well written.
Oh,
you haven't
yeah.
played
It's
Halo
brilliant.
2, man.
Yeah, Halo 2 is a masterpiece.
It is.
Yeah. It's
one of the
it's
best
basically
sequels
a
of all
perfect-
time.
Perfect game, even though it's hard to see things in it. It's only like
Play
in
the
memory.
remastered. I mean,
It's only in memory, but when you go back and play it, like you see everything fine. It's just like when you try to remember, it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of a foggy mess.
it's undetailed. Like a lot of it's just like blank walls or, just foggy backgrounds or whatever it is. But
that kind of makes it atmospheric.
it does.
But what I would do is for branding is I would just be like, look, we got to diversify. I would make Halo like Mario, and I would set up like 2 teams. And I'd be like, okay, so one team does mainline Halo games. And I would stop this nonsense of like hiring people who hate Halo. Get out. If you don't like Halo, I don't really want you working on the project. That makes no sense. So I would get a solid team of people who are interested to make Halo games, because that's a good motivator. Shocker. And then I would have another team that does off-brand stuff. And so I would be like I would especially commission, be like, could you get me like a Halo RPG game, kind of like a Mass Effect thing, where you've got this elaborate story, lots of dialogue, RPG mechanics and stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I'm sure, are going to be like, I don't really want that in my Halo. It's like, but that's the thing about it, is you're still going to get regular Halo shooty games. You just also get different stuff.
Yeah.
And so you could do like an RPG one, and then you could do like the Halo Wars thing. It's like Halo Wars doesn't detract from Halo mainline games being great. It's just supplementary. So I would just do that. I'd be like, just diversify it. Chief is our mascot for Xbox as a brand, just like Mario is. And Mario does Mario Party and Mario Golf. I'm not saying you need like Halo Golf or something, but you need something.
I play Halo Golf, but okay.
Actually, people probably would play Halo Golf because there's already Halo Golf with Griff Ball, right? And then custom modes.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's good, because Halo Wars was great because a lot of people liked it, whether they be mainline Halo fans or just general RTS players.
Yeah.
But it seemed to appeal to that, and it just expanded the world. It introduced Atriox and all that kind of stuff. So
exactly,
there's things you can pull from that if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But it gave some room to the Covenant, gave some room to more of like the ODSTs, and then you have ODST, which is another offshoot game.
You could do another one that's kind of like those Telltale games where it's really just story focused and dialogue heavy, and not like maybe set it following like Dr. Halsey during the Spartan program. that would be interesting. You get to see all the interplay, the political dynamics evolving.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
You could do a space battle one, following Captain Keyes and all his missions, like following his career. So you play Captain Keyes, but it's just like space battles. I'm telling you, this is not hard. Like this simple path. So like, here's your chance yet again. You're going back to form to pull in a new audience. Hopefully it works. But then what it does is like just greenlight projects.
Sure.
People who make games, a lot of them are really passionate about the Halo universe. So let them make a cool, crazy Halo project.
Yeah. Fire the guys that made the show. That's all we're saying here.
Yeah, TV show.
No.
You can do, but not like that. So don't do it.
Don't do it. Just no. Well, anything else you got to say about?
No, I just had to get off my chest.
I just jumped you on a
soapbox. It seems so
soapbox.
obvious. It's like, how do you not realize it's Microsoft? What's wrong with you? This isn't complicated. I'm just copying the playbook of another industry juggernaut. Just do that. Worked for them.
There you go. Bada
It's
bing.
a different audience.
It is a juggernaut. Yeah, and reasonably so.
Because like Mario, he appeals to like a younger age group than Halo does.
Right.
So I'm saying like you can just pull in that. And again, like you can't just do anything like Halo Party, Halo Golf. It's like, yeah, I don't know if that would do as well. But like a Halo RPG game, like a Mass Effect type of thing, that would do very well.
Yeah.
If it's well written, it would do really well. I guarantee it.
Well, yeah, it's a sci-fi, just shoot 'em up. What it was, first person shooter. So if you if you keep those parameters, then you can do any number of things within that framework.
Yeah.
Same thing with Mario. Mario, the way that they frame it is family friendly fun.
Yeah.
And so they just anything that would have anything to do with that, you can just do.
Yeah.
Mario can be put in a race car. He can be put on a golf course. He can be put on a board game.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine because kids are going to be like, I want to play as Mario. Anything that they're playing, they want to play as Mario.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Pokemon or whatever. But like when you get to this, it's like, oh, okay, well, Halo universe is kind of expansive. So you're right. You can just, do some space combat, do some, RTS. Like you can do all that stuff because it fits.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't all have to have the Chief.
Right.
It could. Chief's awesome.
Yeah. Chief
But
is
Chief
always good.
Right. But Chief is also a Spartan, and Spartans are also awesome, which is why I liked what they were doing with 4. You could play as other Spartans now. But you also you had Chief's team, but then you had a separate team. So you had 2 different factions as Spartans, the originals and like the new ones. But
yeah, I like the new ones. Like I liked the contrast because it was this old versus new.
Yeah.
Like disagreements of like philosophy because they refined the program down and they could do it without the child abuse. And so then they were, but it was weird
but you
because
had to start with the child abuse. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. But then the Spartans, like the new ones, kind of resented the old models, and it was like, wait a minute, but these are people too. So it made for this
they didn't
tragedy.
have a choice.
Yeah. So like they were people who had like had that literally. I mean, I don't want to get into too much of it here, but like in the novel, she goes into detail of like what they stripped away from these people, and it's like that's terrible. That would be inhumane. You can't do that.
Right.
And so the fact that was in there just made them more tragic, and it was
But
like
that's
I
the
feel
thing,
for
that
these figures who
took that foundation and it added all that depth.
Yeah.
So now you have all those other avenues. You could play as the new Spartan. You can even create factions, new Spartans and old Spartans, which one you agree with.
That'd
which
be
one
cool.
You prefer to play. Like, yeah, a lot of great marketing. Maybe we should hire you. I'm from Bungie. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. This is a cool trailer. I'm interested to see more whenever it comes out. I'll be playing it when it does.
Always nice to talk about Halo.
Agreed. Maybe we'll have more on this channel. Stay tuned. Maybe we'll bring this out into the video game. Thank you for watching. So you made it to the end of the video. If you liked it, please consider subscribing and leave us a comment. We'd love to hear what you thought.